Welcome to Play Misty for You. Today's episode is sponsored by OtisIncLA.com. Use code MISTY today for a free upgrade to 2-day air shipping. That is MISTY, the number 2, and DAY at OtisIncLA.com. All right, today's episode is about emotional maturity. What? I have tried to keep my distance from it for decades, and I have a shortcut phrase that gets me to it. And I'll reveal that up front. My shortcut phrase is, please let this work out in a way that's best for everyone involved. So if you're in a situation where you don't know the outcome of something and you're hoping that it goes your way, or I'll just talk about me, right? Like when I've been in situations and I'm always hoping that the outcome goes my way. The real sign for me of emotional maturity is when I can say, please let this work out in a way that's best for everyone involved. My shoulders drop and I relax and I go, oh yeah, I let go of my attachment to the result of this situation. Because back in the day, let me just tell you, back in the day, I love to be right. They used to call me Little Miss Can't Be Wrong. Well, I have a tendency of going to great lengths in order not to be wrong. One thing that comes to mind is I was waiting tables at this place called Bennigan's. Shout out to everyone who remembers Bennigan's. I didn't want to go to work because all my friends were going to go play softball or who knows what. And I called into the manager and said, hey, I have pink eye, so I can't come in and work today. It's actually, the health, whatever, it's illegal for me to go to work today. I don't even know how I looked that up because we did not have internet back then, for sure. But my manager, who this was not his first rodeo in the Misty arena, said, okay, prove it. I need you to come in and get the notebook with everybody else's numbers and find a replacement for your shift. Touche, Captain. Game, respect, game. But you don't think I'm not going to put iodized salt in my eye and show up with a pink eye to open that notebook and to put my hands everywhere? To the point where he was like, okay, I'll find your replacement. I was like, ha, ha, ha. I walk out. But then I have to go out that night just with complete looking like I have pink eye and explaining, no, I'm so smart. I don't have pink eye. I poured salt in my own eye to be here with you, my fellow countrymen, this evening. She believed that she was brilliant, and she wasn't. So that was back in the day. And then all of a sudden, I'm in these rooms and having relationships, and it seemed like every chance I had the opportunity for emotional maturity, I was like, I'll forego. I'll find another time and place to learn that lesson. But a couple of years ago, a friend called me, and she called me while I was at work, and she was fuming. We had had a conversation a couple of days before. This is something that happens to me a lot. I flippantly throw something out, not even thinking about it, probably trying to be funny, who knows? But the other person, they took offense. They didn't like it. They're like, nah, that did not sit well with me. I don't even remember saying what I said. Very mindful, very demure. So she's hot and heavy with me. And I could just tell. I was like, this isn't about me. It was the first time I ever had that thought when somebody confronts me with something. Instead of saying, I didn't do that, or I don't know what your problem is, or I'm at work, or any of the things, I was like, something's going on with her. And I was saying that thing, please let this work out in a way that's best for everyone involved. Because I was about to go in and be vulnerable. And I said, are you okay? Is everything all right? To which she took a deep breath and doubled down. She was like, she tore into me more. Okay. I see you, dog. But when she took that second deep breath, I said, are you sure everything's okay? I was like Keanu Reeves in The Matrix, dodging her like rude character assassination at me. I was like, it's not sticking. I'm not falling for it. Are you okay? And then she broke down. She was having a tough time. And she said she had dealt with service people, contractors, and all these different things. And she'd been just tearing up everyone. And she was ready to go to town, tearing me up. And I was a pause. But it was such a cool revelation. I think my back, shoulder, and my hand hurt from how much I was praising myself for that day. I did not fall for the bait. I could tell this wasn't about me and was able to take the high road. I was never good at taking the high road because I think I always felt I was so bad, made up that I was so bad that when someone else was bad, I'd seized on it. Look, they make mistakes too. Look, everyone. Turns out that's not a popular game in adulthood. Look, they've made mistakes. But when I realized I'm just part of the human race and we all make mistakes, and I'm not walking around like bad, where I need to point out when someone else makes one slip up. I'm going to tell you, back in the day, I did not want to go to work time because I didn't want to be a nerd, right? Back in my day, being a nerd, you show up on time. That's so geeky. And so I worked at this hotel bar and I was consistently 10 to 15, 20 minutes late, like never on time. I thought that was cool. Turns out you had a time card. I didn't even punch it. I was like, I can't be bothered. To which they were like, you need to start bothering. And there was another woman there. We will change the names to protect the guilty, Donna. And she was always on time. She was like type A. She was like always on time. I think at that time, I was not even seeing anyone seriously. And this woman was married with 3 kids, right? We're both cocktailing at this hotel bar in Garland, Texas. So, things are only going uphill. And she was always on time. But one day, Donna was late. She was late and I was early. I was that scene from The Body Snatchers where I'm like, I didn't even realize how hypocritical I was being. I had no idea. They all had to point it out to me. Like, Misty, you're late every day. That did not go well. But another thing that Donna did, Donna. I had warrants out for my arrest. What for? I mean, who can really say? Not me. I really can't think of why I had warrants out. It wasn't like there weren't crimes. Were there? I don't think there were crimes. You know what? I got a DUI. That's what it was. And I don't think I paid or went to court. I don't remember. But obviously, I was not the type A in this scenario, in any scenario ever. But the police, I can tell the police have come in. And I think they were like detective police or something. And I grabbed Donna's arm next to me and I go, oh my God, they're here for me. Donna, who I guess was not accustomed to standing next to criminals, she thinks I'm kidding. And she starts going, she's over here. She's over here. Here you go, police officers. She's right here. I'm like, Donna, what are you doing? Like, they're really here for me. And she's like, here she is. Come get her. They walked over and put my hands in cuffs. And if you all could have seen Donna's face as I'm being led out of the Holiday Inn Express in Garland, Texas piano bar. Oh, Donna. I actually felt worse for her in that moment than I did for me about to go to jail. Maybe that's not true. But yeah. Okay, where were we? Emotional maturity. The way it shows up today is that I don't have those kind of circumstances. I don't even stay at Holiday Inns anymore. Okay? Thanks be to God. This is what sobriety can get you. From working at a Holiday Inn to having an aversion to Holiday Inns and barbecue. I have an aversion to barbecue. Anyways, that's for another episode. But recently, another one of these instances came up where I was able to apply this. Please let this work out in a way that's best for everyone involved. I met a woman, possibly in the rooms of sobriety, who was really funny and smart, and she was new, and we just laughed and joked. I mean, this is just one day, one morning on a Saturday, and I end up sitting next to her and we're laughing and we're joking and just banter. Adorable, right? And the next time I see her is a couple of weeks later, and I go to my writing group and she completely gives me the cold shoulder. I'm just like, oh, hey, good to see you. And she's like, mm-hmm. And then she it was very obvious to the 8 people at the table that she was ignoring me, or I have no idea what happened behind the scenes. I know that interaction was great. Next time I see her, she's fuming, upset with me. And I know for sure that I didn't do anything in our one and only interaction to deserve this type of response. So I don't know. Did someone else talk to her? Will not let my head go to all the different places. If someone has a problem with me, it is their responsibility to come to me and let me know what that issue is. I'm not going to go chasing around people anymore. I used to do that. Anyway, another episode. So I even said something in this writing group about how much I love Vietnam and that I wanted to go back there. And she was like, I went there and it was just so poor, which we know from my last episode, that kind of statement would tap into my unworthy. But I could just tell, you're coming for me guns blazing, and I'm here with a bunny rabbit in a coat. Okay, you're bringing if only there were a saying for this, you're bringing knives to a gunfight. But it's more like she's bringing nuns. She's bringing guns and knives to a monastery, a place with a bunch of nuns. And I'm like the lead nun, because obviously I still to this day don't know what is wrong with this woman's, how she got to this behavior with me. It has lessened every time I see her. It's gotten a little bit less, but I wish her peace and love all day long. I don't care, honey. You can be upset with me. I pray this works out in a way that's best for everyone involved. I don't have any attachment to it. The minute I can say that, ego, my ego has to go away and go get in a cedar chest and lock its own lock. It's like, well, she's already gotten to, please let this work out in a way that's best for everyone involved. So we're not going to be called in anymore on this story. Let's wait till she gets in traffic. Or maybe we nudge her about something her mom did. But for this scenario, the ego, it has gone the way of the dodo birds, the way of Donna, that dodo bird, trying to get me arrested by the police. Oh, Donna. That was her real name, by the way. Our sponsor for today's episode is Otis Inc. LA.com. Use code MISTY2DAY for a free upgrade to 2-day air shipping. Do you like it? I like it. The question for today is there someone in your life who doesn't like you right now? And how does it feel? What stories are you telling yourself? And are you going to apply the please let this work out in a way that's best for everyone involved? Please let me know how it goes. Send me an email at pmfy@mistymcafee.com. P is in Misty, F is in Frank, I at Misty, and it's MCAFEE.com. All right. Love y'all.